Let's have a look at the sine function. Again, let's draw the sine x. Enter. Remember, we have to change a couple of things. We go to menu and then to settings, because this has to be in degrees because we're working in degrees. And then we also have to change the window settings. X should go from 0 to 360 degrees. Now we can complete one period. So the period is 360 degrees for this sine function. Let's see, we can change the sine x to sine 3x. If someone asks you to find the solution for this function or find the roots of this function, sine, in this case sine of 3x, it means just like the other, when we work with other functions, for example an x3 function, x2 function, any type of function, when we find the roots is to see where the curve is crossing the x-axis. So we have to find the x-intercepts, these points where the y value is 0. And in this case, since it just goes on like this forever, we will also be given an interval. So for example, an exercise would be find all the roots for this function sine of 3x within the interval 0 to 360. In this case, we have x is equal to 0 because this begins in the origin. Then we just count here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then we're going to go every 60 degrees. So it's going to be 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, and then 360. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 roots within this interval from 0 to 360. Let's try another one. For example, let's see, let's do a cosine function. Oops, sorry, that was tangents. Let's do the cosine of x. The only difference between the sine x and the cosine x is that it has moved a little bit to the left. So let's see if we can change the window settings. So x is going to go from minus 90 to 360. Now we can see that the cosine x begins here where x is equal to minus 90. So if we pretend that this is the origin, we just go up, across the x-axis, down and back again. This is a normal sine function, but we moved it to the left by 90 degrees. That's the only difference between the cosine and the sine. Let's change this into cosine of 2x. And then the exercise is to name all the roots for the function cosine of 2x within the interval 0 to 180. Okay, we begin here and we stop at this point. So let's see, it seems to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. So it's going to be 45. X is equal to 45. That's one root. Let's continue. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 110, 120, 130, 135. That's the next root. X is equal to 135. 140, 150, 160, 170, 118. That was our interval, right? So we're not going to count this because it's more than 180. So we found these two roots within the interval x of the x between 0 and 180 for this function.